Okay, our time is almost up. I want to show you my books. This is Identifying and Harvesting Edible and Medicinal Plants in Wild and Not So Wild Places. $22 with the best plants, stories, nutrition, recipes, folklore, you name it. Everything from the whole country.
Are there mushrooms in that one?
No, the mushrooms are in my cookbook. There's so many good mushroom guides that I've never really needed to write one. This one is my Wild Vegetarian Cookbook. It's $30, has my best recipes in it, vegan ice creams, mushroom dishes, how to use things that you buy in the health food store to make stuff that you think you shouldn't be eating. Tastes really good, and different ways of using unusual ingredients either from the wild or from the health food store. And then I have Shoots and Greens of Early Spring, and this has my illustrations and photos in it. Very in-depth look at the first plants that come up in the cold weather when there's not much else around and when they're the most difficult to recognize. So you can pencil drawings, paintings, photos, very extensive for visual people. If you want to see these things in all their stages all through the year, this is the book to get, and it focuses so in depth on the early spring plants, many of which are coming up now too, that you will be able to learn them and find them. Again, folklore, recipes, mythology, nutritional information, so it's a fun read as well as informative. With the color pictures, it's $55. With the black and white drawings, same text, it's $15. I also have a 60-minute DVD introducing foraging, which is $20. And my friend Linda's Wild Cards, 52 playing cards with wild foods and herbs, and that is $10. So those are all for sale, and I will sign the books. I want to see if we have any questions before we end.
No, I just have one about, you said all mushrooms have to be cooked.
Yes.
We buy these little 8-ounce boxes of these cute little white mushrooms and cut them up in a salad. You
could steam them first. You're taking in hydrazines. It's up to you whether you want. Yeah, and they are the hydrazines are a proven carcinogen.
They're not good for you.
Yeah, they're not good for you. They won't kill you, but you're taking in a carcinogen. Some people smoke cigarettes for years and nothing happens to them. But I wouldn't smoke cigarettes. What?
It's not commonly known. No, it's not commonly
known. Very little about mushrooms is commonly known. And they teach kids about the plants and the animals. The fungus kingdom, objectively, is even more important because it controls which trees are going to have nutrients shared with them and which trees are going to be killed. They control the whole forest. They manipulate everything in the ecosystem, and no one learns about them. Okay, other questions?
Yeah.
Yes.
My father used to go into the woods all the time and get mushrooms. We didn't have a clue whether they were good or bad, and this is a story.
How did he know?
How did I know?
How did your father know?
He knew, but I'm not sure he did know, and he'd bring them home. My mother would cook them, and we'd sit around and we'd
what country?
We made her taste it.
What country was he from?
Then we ate
okay, you're pretty.
Italy.
Okay, in Italy, there's a tradition going back to before ancient Rome. He probably knew a few ones by sight that he had learned from his father. That's yes.
You know, my father did the same thing, but what he did was put a quarter. So
that doesn't work.
No,
you can do.
Black, then it was okay.
You can put a silver coin into the deadliest mushrooms and nothing happens. But he obviously recognized them because he'd been taught by previous generations.
You're here today.
Right. Okay, I want to thank everyone for coming. We need to take better care of our planet so we can enjoy the renewable resources that we have. Last thing I have to say is